Hi everyone, Jamie here again. Just wanted to take a minute and show you guys some of our interactive books for all different ages. So our first one I want to show you is our little red penguin books. This one is on shapes. We also have one on colors. And if you look in it, it has information. So there's some colors in there, but then there's also shapes. So this one is focused on the triangle. There's a little flap to flip. And then as you can see, the little window is an actual triangle. And then there's different kinds of triangles in there. And then it goes and shows you a star and cross and a square and a circle. So these are great for kiddos to start learning their shapes and their colors. So check those out for the little ones. Another one for the little ones, which I love, is our slide and see animals. So this one is maybe for kiddos who maybe aren't ready for flaps yet, and they can actually move the picture back and forth and they make something happen. So up here, they get to move the lizard's tongue. And can you guys see that the colors on the bottom chameleon changes as well? And then here's one too, where they get to wake up the monkey. And then the spider goes up in the tree. So it's great because the kids get to move it and they get to see something happen for what they move. Oh, I love this one. So the little ground squirrels or prairie dogs pop up. So a great little book. We have this for farm and also under the seat. So check those out. Another one for the little kiddos is our playbook books, Finger Trail playbook books. So this one has the different textures like the stroller book I showed you guys earlier, but it also has some flaps in here that they can lift up and be a part of. And there's different textures, different levels for the pages. So who's hiding? A mole in a hole. And different, they can see the worm going through the ground, and then the flowers and that. So it's really brightly colored, interactive for the kids, and they get to really partake in reading the book rather than just having it read to them. Another one is our Look Inside books. This one in particular is Your Body. This one has been well loved by my kids, but what I love about it is it breaks down the systems in your body in a way that's not overwhelming to the kiddos. So as you can see, there was digestion, and then here circulatory and respiratory, your bones, your muscles, your brain, your senses. So it's a great way to introduce kids to what's going on with our body and what's going on underneath. And what's awesome about it too is that there's multiple flaps. So this one shows a little boy. You lift it up and there's his muscles. You lift it up again and there's his skeleton. And then you lift it up again and there's his organs. So it's a really cool way to start talking to the kids about what goes on inside their body. The next one I want to show you is another Lift the Flap book. This is opposites. We have this as colors and all different ones. We have them. But it's great because the kids can interact. So it shows you, here are the monkeys. Here's the monkey on the bottom. You flip it open and there's a little rabbit on the top. So this one is focused more on opposites. So this one shows a cup of hot coffee. You open it up and there's a cold drink underneath. So it's a great way to start introducing kids to opposites. And it's so brightly colored. I love this book. It's so great because it's such a great concept to start to work on with the kids. Another Lift the Flap. These are for maybe a little older kids. I got this for my son who asks me questions all the time and I can't always answer them. So what's great about this one is it breaks it down into all of these questions. When, why, how, where, who, what, which. And then so each page is devoted to that question. So they get to lift up the flap to see what the answer is. So why does the moon change shape? And then it talks about in here, it doesn't really. The moon is always round, but we only see that part of that is, we only see the part that's facing us that's lit up by the sun. So it's great because then the kids can find the answers on their own, which is really, really nice. But do a search for Lift the Flap. We have a bunch of these in different subjects. Another one for the little kiddos is the very first things to spot out and about. So the kids actually, you interact with them, but then they say, can you find a blue bird? And so they look for the blue bird on the page. Who is wearing red boots? And so they look for the kiddos, they look for or not the kiddos, but they look for the items on the page and interact with the book itself rather than just looking at the page. So a lot of fun. This one is for maybe a little older kids. I got this for my 4-year-old and I used this on our road trip. So we read and we looked for, so as you can see, this one is all about animals. So this one says, have you seen a bee? And then they have to find a bee on here. Look for a brave bird in a croc's mouth. And so the kids really get to start looking for things and honing that skill of spotting things. Similar to the I Spy and similar to the 1001 Animals I showed you guys earlier. And the last book I want to show you is our big books. These are great because we have these on the body, we have these on dinosaurs, animals. So what's great is this one's all about rockets and spaceships, but it shows you the planets, and then when you open it up here, you get to open up the page and then open up the second page. So look at how big this book becomes, and they get to see all of that. Then that's not where it ends. If you then flip the next page, that's a normal page. Then you open it up here, and you can actually open up the whole page like this. So they get to see all the planets, and then you flip it over, and then look at that. They get to see all the satellites. So it really is an interesting book for the kiddos because then they can see how big things are. So I hope you have enjoyed our interactive books. Let me know if you have any questions, and see you soon.